believe it or not, the worst is over weather-wise anyway. Although it's hard to believe it because it is so cold in the studio right now.
Yeah.
Meteorologist Matt Wintz is here now with your AccuWeather forecast. Why didn't you bring me like a coat, a scarf?
You got to come prepared. You just need to pay attention to the forecast. Most anchors don't. It's okay. So,
But it's you. I should be paying attention.
Well, that's true. Yeah, the desk feeling more like something at Cold Stone Creamery today,
Yes,
and I'm sure many people dealing with that. Yeah, the chilly air woke up this morning. It was really chilly outside. Our overnight lows about right where they were last night at the newscast, around -14, -15. So very chilly conditions, but we've been in a moderating process all day, and that moderating process is going to continue. Overnight lows looking a little bit like this outside. It's not going to drop a whole lot. And then this weekend, believe it or not, maybe up to 40 degrees. Let the thaw begin across the area, folks. All right, temperatures outside. We just went over this, but I'll review them again. 7 Gary, that's our hot spot. 1 in Valparaiso, 3 in LaPorte right now, and those winds have shifted around to out of the south now, so it's bringing some air, not necessarily out of the Gulf of Mexico, but more moderate air out of the Missouri region. So they're going to continue to lessen up as high pressure takes control over the next 24 hours. And by tomorrow morning, wind's going to be blowing 5 miles per hour or less. So isn't that a treat compared to where we've been? And these wind chills going to slowly start to come up. We've been watching it all day. It started this morning around -30, but they've improved throughout the afternoon. And this evening, we're talking wind chills now in the single digits below zero before you go to bed tonight. So certainly some good news. And where's that cold air going? You can see it's still entrenched here across the Great Lakes, but that core of that polar vortex that kind of settled across the northern Great Lakes is now pushed off to the east. It's now centered over northern New York, so the East Coast can have it. That's where it's been. And you can see here across the region, still some wind chill advisories out. LaPorte County points east. It's going to be chilly out there tonight once again. And you saw those wind chills. That's expected where I'm expecting them to stay overnight. And you can see this cold air all the way down to the Gulf Coast. We were at -11 Chicago today for a high, but look at this. They can't handle this down south. They call off school and, they go to the doctor because it's just so cold outside. 11 degrees for high in Birmingham, all the way down to Florida. Savannah, Georgia, 27. Tampa, Florida, 46. Vacationing down to Houston or New Orleans? I don't think so. 29 and 31 degrees. So this is really something very impressive for this time of year across the area. And where do temperatures go from here? So here we are this evening going through time. Notice how overnight tonight and waking up tomorrow, 6 o'clock, still right where they're at. That's some good news, right? We've got that wind that's going to continue to blow in some warmer air, and it'll keep our temperatures in check overnight tonight. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to bring in some clouds, maybe some light snow. We'll talk about that in a second. But you can see temperatures well above freezing, and you were listening to those INDOT's reports earlier today, and that all the salt finally going to go to work, usually above 15 degrees. So by afternoon, we could have some wet roadways as opposed to ice blocks outside. That's some good news. And then tomorrow night, we continue the moderation process. This going through the afternoon. You can see we'll still be in the teens, and tomorrow night not getting much below 10 or 9 degrees tomorrow. So certainly welcome sight. We did have some sunshine today, pretty deceiving at that. You can see these clouds kind of filtered in. We've got a couple quick moving clipper systems, one of which trying to squeeze out some snow down to our south. I think areas down towards Rensselaer saw some flurries this afternoon, and we're going to continue to put some flurries in the forecast overnight tonight. But overall, not a big deal. Our next weather system does arrive tomorrow, though. You can see here's that little one that tried to squeak out some flurries. Here's our next one, though. This is going to pull into the plain states, so it'll start to tap into Gulf moisture. So I am looking for accumulating snow across the area tomorrow evening, mainly areas down to the south. Not a big deal, though, maybe an inch or so. And you can see here's our first hints at some flurries overnight tonight. But things dry out. No really organized weather systems. Kind of high pressure is putting a squeeze play on. And you can see our computer model breaking out some light snow across the area tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. Not a big deal, though. Bigger weather system this weekend, though, will bring some snow, maybe some freezing rain, and it'll change over to rain this weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. But for tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Those temps steady. We'll get down to -1 in spots, +5 in others, and those winds lightening up tomorrow. Increasing clouds, some snow showers late, 15 to 20 for a high. There's a 7-day forecast. Snow showers more likely on Thursday, maybe an inch or two, and then we begin the wintry mix heading on into the weekend. Things could get a little icy at first, but we'll give you more details on that in the update.
Great. Thanks, Matt.